Dusty Scherzer saved your bullpen. Talk about how well he did.
Well, I mean, that's an understatement that he saved my bullpen. I mean, the key thing is that we won the game, and Maxie pitched awesome. I mean, he had it from the opening pitch, and that's what aces do, and he shut down a very high-powered offense. There were only a couple balls hit hard off of him, hit quite a few strikeouts, and boy, I mean, that was a masterful job by Max. And we added on those key insurance runs because you're always fearful when you're playing those guys. They got 7 or 8 guys that can reach the fences, and like I said before, if you can keep them in the ballpark, which is hard to do, and don't walk guys in front of them, then you got a chance. But man, that was a great game to watch. Everybody's probably on the edge of their seats, and boy, I mean, we needed that so badly.
You've seen Max now have a couple of really strong starts, some special type
Yep.
stuff. What tonight, from your vantage point, allowed him to have so much success?
Well, I mean, he was similar to when he pitched against the Tigers. I mean, he's very determined. The Tigers had a powerful offense. These guys had a powerful offense. He threw his fastball where he wanted it, and then he threw his breaking ball near or out of the zone. And he had some good changeups against the left-handers. And Lobie called a heck of a game for him. I mean, it's hard to shut those guys out.
You said you could tell early on that he had the stuff tonight.
Right.
Beyond the stuff, is there a look that he has when he's on like that?
Well, no, he always has that look, but, he had his command. He had very low pitch counts in the first 2 innings, which sometimes it gets him in trouble when he has that high pitch count. And, I don't know what he had. I think he had like 8 or 9 in the first inning, and then I looked up there, and in the 6th, I think he had like 66 pitches or something like that, which is about 10 an inning, which is low. I mean, very low. And he possibly could have finished that game, but they had some dangerous hitters coming up there at the top of the order. Adam Jones has been his nemesis since he was in the American League, and so that's why we went to Melanson, and then he did the job.
Have you ever managed a pitcher who's a comparable in terms of emotion and fierceness? He's pretty fierce when he's out there.
Well,
have you ever had anybody like that?
I don't know. I played with some crazy guys like that. Come to mind like Bobby Welch and Sutcliffe and those guys. And most of them are a little bit cooler than Max generally. But he's a fierce competitor, and sometimes he can rub the opposition the wrong way, but he really doesn't care because that's Max. I mean, that's how he is all the time. So he's a pleasure to watch. And then he starts talking, and it's hard to stop Max from talking. And he was psyched for that game.
Dusty, you were talking last night about how well you finished last night. I don't know if you used the word momentum, but
No.
Max almost single-handedly save all the good work you did last night and move it on?
Well, yeah. Last night, our guys felt good, with the near comeback, and that's going to probably, come into play, down the line when we're behind again, to show everybody and them and us that we can come back. So, but this was Max's night, tonight, and JW had a big night. He got us on the board with a booming home run, and like I said, anytime you hold those guys, in the ballpark, you've done a heck of a job.
Would you say that your bullpen is back to normal now as far as rest?
Well, it sure helps. It helps big time. And yeah, it's pretty close. And, Melanson, hadn't pitched in 5 days, so he's still good. And all the guys, tonight, I think, except, Glover was available. And so they, now we can push. We got, 6 more days. Now we can pitch toward the off day. Where when you in the beginning of this and in the middle of this, you can't pitch for off days. I mean, you pitching and putting the players out there, for bullpen preservation for the next day. So the closer we get to that off day, and then the more we can go, full bullpen and just charge.
You ever seen someone make a turnaround behind the legs?
No, that was the first. First time I've seen that. It's a good thing that ball didn't hop up on him. You know what I mean?
Are you finally seeing the Bryce Harper sort of come back?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's warm. He's not hot yet, but he's getting there, and he's returning to April form, because remember, he was player of the month in April, and he carried us almost by himself in April. He and Daniel Murphy, and now you're seeing toward the end of the year, and I said before that most of the big hitters do 50% of their work in about 30% of the year, and so I'll take another April and September and October. Yes.
I know it's not that many games, but can you talk about Trey Turner's comfort level and improvement since he first?
Well, yeah. He's more confident. He's always confident, but he doesn't wear it on his sleeve. He's a very humble young man. Doesn't do a bunch of talking, but he knows he can play, and that's half the battle. And you can see him staying off pitches that he was chasing earlier. He has more discipline. He's not popping as many balls up. He's hitting balls on the line, and he's wiry, strong. You could tell by that ball he hit down left field line. That's a big man's swing right there. And so he's stronger, than he appears, and he's going to get stronger yet. When he gets, he gets his man muscles or man bones, whatever you call it. Because today I tapped him on the butt, and I was like, man, you're hard as the Rockies. As well, I should be. It's all bone, he told me. So.
Could you guys see from the dugout whether the ball he hit over the foul pole landed on the concourse or not? It looked to us like it might have.
It might have. I don't know where it landed.
There's only been about 2 or 3 that have gotten out there.
Yeah, well, he'll hit 1 or 2 before he's over with. So, okay.